Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Sweet Greek Patterns. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this super fun crochet mini stocking. So this is the mini granny stitch stocking. It's a really fun and relaxing stitch pattern. It's just addicting, honestly, so I love making this. So this is the mini. Let me hold it by the hanger. There you go. That's the mini, and then this is also the mini in just a different color. So you can see there's the two compared. And then this is the large stocking size. So this is what I would consider just the standard stocking size. And then it also has this little cute bow in the front. There you go, for some added feature. And so this large stocking is available on my Etsy site and on my website, so you can go purchase the ad-free PDF for it. And then these mini stockings, I'll show you how to make in this tutorial. And so let's get started making these mini granny stockings. So the supplies that you'll need today is a 5mm crochet hook, and this is a Clover brand hook. I absolutely love Clover, and I'll put links to everything that I mentioned in the materials down in the description box below, and so you can go check that out if you're looking for anything that I'm talking about. Then you'll need a darning needle, some scissors, and you'll need some faux fur yarn for the top of your stocking. So this is number 6 super bulky weight yarn. This is Lion Brand Go for Faux in the color Husky. Now, one thing you'll notice is that this is not Lion Brand Go for Faux Thick and Quick. This is just Lion Brand Go for Faux. And Thick and Quick is actually number 7 jumbo weight yarn, but this is a number 6 weight yarn. So you're going to want number 6 super bulky weight yarn. I'm not sure this will be enough, but we'll see. You don't need much of it, so we'll see. It might be enough. Then you'll need Red Heart Super Saver yarn, or any number 4 worsted weight yarn. I'm using the color Light Sage. It's a really pretty green color for Christmas. So to begin now, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your strand of yarn and you're going to pull from the center. So I'm going to find there we go, my center pull. And to begin, you're going to begin by making a magic circle. So you're going to make a magic circle, and then you're going to chain 2 and double crochet 15 into that magic circle. So to make a magic circle, we're going to wrap the yarn around going to the front. Now you're going to wrap the yarn around going to the back. So like a little X. There you go, you guys can see that hopefully. Then you're going to flip it to the back, other side. You're going to go under this first loop and over and grab the last loop. Then you're going to bring it forward, pinch and hold, and then you're going to chain 2 now. So 1 and 2, and you're going to double crochet 15 into this magic circle. So to make a double crochet, you just yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So you're just going to continue that. Yarn over, insert, yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to do these next 15 double crochets off camera, and I'll meet you back once I am done with 15 stitches. Alright, so now that you have finished round number 1, so you have 15 double crochets in, and then I just cinched, I pulled on this open strand to cinch up the center. Now what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. So right here's my first double crochet. You're going to make a slip stitch into that, and then you're going to chain 2. And for round number 2, you're going to double crochet. I call it double crochet cluster, but you're going to do 3 double crochets into each of the third, so into every third stitch around. So let me show you what I mean. So, okay, so here's our 15 stitches, and I just chained 2. So now what I'm going to do is between the, okay, so I alternate rounds doing this. So between the double crochet and the chain right here, I'm going to make a cluster. But then on the next round, I'm going to go to here and then do a cluster over here. So I like to alternate so that it kind of keeps a straight line going up the back. So that's what I do. And I'll explain that a little more later when it makes more sense. So to begin with, you're going to yarn over, insert into that space between the double crochet and the chain. And you're going to double crochet 3 into that space. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 separate double crochets into that space right there. Now, you're going to skip 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Let me bring it really close. So here's 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to go between the 3rd stitch right here. So right, oh, there you go, right here. 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm going to double crochet 3 into here, and you're just going to repeat that around. So you're going to go in between the 3rd and 4th stitch is where I consider it, but I could be wrong when I say that. So you can see 1, 2, and 3, then you go between the 3rd and 4th double crochet. And then you're just going to make 3 double crochets there. So you should have 5 clusters, I call them clusters, when you're done with this round. So you're going to 1, 2, 3, and there we go. So you're now just going to repeat this in each stitch around, and I will meet you back once you are done with round number 2. Okay, so as you can see, here now we have 3 double crochets left. Now you're not going to go into those because you just went into this first between the chain and double crochet here. So you should have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now you're going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. And there you go. Now, okay, when I call this the granny stitch, however, I do not do chains between the granny stitch. So the 3 double crochets, I do not do chains between them because I felt like when I did that, there's too many gaps and too many holes. But if you want to, you could sure do that. Yeah, so that's totally an option. I don't prefer that, but you can do that. I feel like it looks a little neater, not with the chains. Okay, so now for round number 3, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2, and you're going to double crochet cluster, or that same 3 double crochets into the first space. So I'm going to go into this first space here. So 3 double crochets into there. Okay, now I'm going to do 6 clusters in, or 6 double crochets into this space right here. So basically we're increasing. So you're going to do 6 double crochets into this one space. And it's going to be a little bit on the tight side, but you're just going to have to kind of move around the stitches. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do one more stitch, 6 stitches. Now you're going to now you're going to work into the next space. You're going to do 3 double crochets into the next space, so just a regular double crochet cluster, as I like to call it. And then you're going to do a double crochet cluster increase in the next stitch. So you're just repeating that around. So 6 double crochets into this space now. So basically every other one gets an increase. So now we have 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now you can see we have 1 space left. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you're just going to do 1 regular double crochet cluster into the last space. Like so. So now you should have technically 7 clusters. And why you should have 7 clusters is you're going to count these 6, so where you did 6 double crochets into one, as 2 separate clusters. So basically that was our goal, to make 2 separate clusters. So you should have 1, then 2, and 3, so 2 different ones, 4, 5, and 6, and then 7. So now I'm going to slip stitch, oops. I'm going to grab my loop and slip stitch to join. Now you could for sure work in the round if you wanted to, but I just did the slip stitch to join just in case you guys wanted to change the colors, because in general with the granny stitch, most people change the colors every row, and so that's just why I gave you the option of doing the rounds or the slip stitch to join. Okay, so now we just finished round 3. So now for rounds 4 through 8, you're going to chain 2, double crochet cluster or 3 double crochets into each space around, and then you're going to slip stitch to join. So last time I did not work between the chain and the double crochet, so now this time I'm going to work between the chain and the double crochet, and then I'm going to work around, and then so for rounds 4 through 8, I'll let you go, and I will meet you back at the end of round 8. Now, one thing I want to note here is, so we told you that we were just doing an increase, so you're going to do 3 double crochets into the first space, 3 double crochets into the next space, and then when you get to this 6 double crochets right here, you're going to work between them. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and between the third one right here, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and then over here you'll do 3 double crochets. So basically we just did an increase. That was what that 6 double crochets were. So I'm doing 3 double crochets into there, and now I'm just going to continue doing that in each stitch around, and you'll do that for rounds 4 through 8, as I already mentioned, and so I'll meet you at the end of round number 8. Alright, so as you can see, this is what our little stocking is looking like, and now we're going to begin the heel. So to begin the heel, you're going to just chain 2, and you're going to begin your heel by double crochet clustering in the first 4 spaces. So just doing your regular old double crochet cluster into the first 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as you can see, we're just going to do 4 double crochet clusters into the 4 spaces. So there's 1. I'm just going to do this real quick on camera because it's not worth stopping the film. Okay, 2, 3, and a 4. Oops. There we go. 2. There you go. Okay, so now we have done 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 stitches across. And as you can see, that is just about half of the stocking. A tiny bit more actually than half the stocking. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2 and turn your work, and you're going to double crochet in the first stitch. So now you're gonna, for these heel rows, you're going to do double crochets and clusters, and I'll make sure to specify where you do both. So to begin with, you're going to double crochet into the very first double crochet right here. Just make a double crochet. And now you're going to double crochet cluster in the next 1, 2, in the next 3 spaces. So right here's the first space. We're just going to make a cluster into there. And 2 and 3 stitches. There we go. And then I'm just going to do 1 more cluster into the last space. And then I'm going to show you what to do next. So now that you have your 3 double crochet clusters, you're going to, you'll see you'll have sorry, my words are losing me. You'll have 1 cluster right here, but you don't have a space. So what you're going to do is you're going to double crochet in the last stitch. So there's 1, 2, and 3. You're going to go into the 3rd stitch, so the very last stitch, and you're just going to make a double crochet just to make the edges nice and even. So as you can see, this is what our little heel is looking like so far. So now you're going to chain 2 and turn your work, and for row number 11, you're going to double crochet in the first stitch right here, and then you are going to double crochet in the next 2 spaces. So you can see we don't want to go into here, otherwise that would be basically doing an increase. So we're going to go into here, right here. So the kind of the next space right here. So you're going to double crochet, cluster into that. So 3 double crochets into there. And now you're going to do 3 double crochets into the next space. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to double crochet into the very last stitch. So you can see here was our double crochet, just kind of the lone double crochet. So you're just going to double crochet into that last stitch. And as you can see, we're kind of decreasing stitches. So we start with 4 and now we're down to 2 clusters. I hope this is making sense. So you now have 2 clusters across and you're on row 11, and now you're going to begin the increase rows. So you're going to do 2 rows of increases for the heel. So to begin, chain 2, turn your work. Now you're going to double crochet cluster into the very first double crochet. Now you could do it into this first space, that would be fine. But when you do that onto the other side, then it just makes it look a little less clean, because then you don't work into the last double crochet, so you kind of have like a weird little area that's not worked into. And so I just like to work into the very first stitch. So you're going to do 3 double crochets into the very first stitch. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to double crochet in the do double crochet clusters in the next space, so right here. And then you're going to double crochet cluster into the last double crochet right here. Right there. So you're going to make a cluster into there. So you will now have 3 clusters at the end of row number 12. So there you go. You can see you have 1, 2, and 3. And now what you're going to do for row 13 is chain 2 once again, turn your work, and you're going to double crochet cluster in the first stitch. So you're going to basically do exactly what we just did for row number 12, but just for row number 13. So you're going to double crochet cluster in the first stitch. Then you're going to double crochet in the cluster in the next 2 spaces, and then you're going to double crochet cluster in the very last space. So I'm just going to real quick do this on camera, and then I will show you how to make this heel actually look like a heel. So there you go. So you can see we have 3 right now, and now you're going to double crochet cluster into the very last stitch to make an increase. Okay, so now as you can see, this is what it looks like, and if I turn, you can see this is what it's looking like. So we have this open here, and then we have this kind of weird angular thing. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to take the heel and you're going to flip the top part back. So the 2 rows of increase, you're going to flip backward. So okay, let me make sure this is clear. So you can see here, if I lay it like this, this is the inside, right, where you can put something in there. And you're going to take this right here and flip it back. So outside. You're not going inside, that would be wrong. You're going outside like this. So on the inside, you won't see it. It looks just the same, just a little few rows less. And on the outside, this is what it'll look like. It'll have the 2 rows flipped down. So hopefully that is making sense. So now we chained 1, and then you're going to flip that down, and then you're going to turn. So now you're going to be working from the inside. So flip down, turn. So you're working from the inside, and then you're going to just work up this seam right here. So now you're going to single crochet 4 up this side. So you're going to work into both edges, or both stitches, like so. There we go. So now we have 4 single crochets going up. You're going to grab your scissors and cut your yarn. Oops. And and just tie off. Whoa, there we go. Okay, so now you can flip it back, you see, and there, you can see that's what it's going to look like. But you're going to leave it how it was. So you just single crocheted up this side, and now you're going to do the same thing going down this side. So we went up this side, and now we're going to start at the very top, and then we're going to work down. So 4 single crochets down this side. So you still have it folded, and you're going to work in, or insert your hook into the front and back loop. Oop. It's a bit of a challenge, especially doing this on camera. So front and back loop, or front and back panel, back layers, and you're going to pull your yarn through, chain 1, and you're going to single crochet 4 down this edge. So I am on the last stitch. There we go. And then I'm just going to single crochet there, like so. So we did 4 single crochets. Now, if you were to do like 5 single crochets, that's fine too. You just want it to look even. So as long as it looks even, if you do 1 or 2 more, that's totally fine. Okay, so now you're going to chain 2, and you're going to flip. So this back part, you're going to flip up now, like this. Excuse me. And then you're going to push it together. So now you can see, like on this little guy, that we have the heel right here. Oh, there you go, right here. So you can see now we've created the heel. I'm hoping this is making sense. It's a little bit complicated, but super easy once you get the hang of it. So let me put the tails in there. Okay, so we were working like this, and we just chained 2, and now we're going to turn your work, and now you're going to start working over the heel. So you're going to begin by making a cluster in the, so this is now row 14. So you're going to double crochet cluster into the first space. So right here. So you're not going to work into any of that. You're just going to work into the first space. And then you're going to double crochet. So basically you're going to double crochet cluster in 3 in the next 3 spaces across the top of the heel. So as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I've just worked 3 clusters, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now what you're going to do is you're going to come into this kind of weird spot where we connected the heel, and so you kind of have this kind of weird area. What you're going to do is you're going to do a double crochet 3 together over this area, just to make it look nice and clean and neat. So you can see here on the red one that you can't even see that that's not a normal cluster stitch. So right there. And it's probably, cluster is probably not the right term. That's just what I've been calling it. So forgive me if that's not the right term. So you can see right here is the 3 double crochet decrease. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook into the kind of the first area, and you're just going to kind of have to experiment with it yourself too. So I can't, because yours will look probably a little different. Okay, so now I went to the first stitch, did a half double crochet, or a part of a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, insert into the first stitch or area, yarn pull through 2. Now you have 2 loops left. You're not going to finish that double crochet. Instead, you're going to insert into the next space and do the same thing. And then I like to insert into this right here where we had worked, you can see a double crochet cluster into, and I just like to work into there. And now you can see we have 4 loops on our hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on our hook. So that just makes it nice and even. Okay, now you're going to do, you're going to double crochet cluster in the next 3 spaces across the bottom of your stocking, so not across the heel. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 stitches. Okay, so you can see here we're working into the last granny space. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And now you're going to do another double crochet 3 together. So you're going to insert into there, or yarn over, insert, yarn pull through 2. Then I'm just going to kind of find another spot. You're kind of just going to have to figure out where you think it looks best located. There we go. And then yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on your hook. And then you're just going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round. And you're going to be done with round number 14. Now, for rounds number 15 through 23, you're going to chain 2, double crochet cluster in each stitch, or in each space, excuse me, across, and then you're going to slip stitch to join. So you should have 8 clusters at this point. Okay, let me work round 15 with you, just so that you guys can see what I'm talking about, and then I'll let you go through 16 through 23. So you're going to chain 2, you're going to double crochet cluster into the first space, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're just going to do that in each space across. So let me show you though, once you get to the double crochet 3 together of the previous row, let me show you what you do for that. So I'm almost there. And, okay, so you can see here is the last double crochet cluster, and then here is the 1 stitch, and then here's the double crochet 3 together, and then here's the next space. So we're going to go into the space here, and then you're going to go into the space here right after the cluster. So you're basically pretending that the double crochet 3 together is like a cluster. So you should end up with 8 clusters at the end of this round, and you should end it up with that for round 14 too, if you count the double crochet 3 togethers. So as you can see, we're coming to the other side, and I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to go into this space here, and then because I worked between the chain and the double crochet of the last round, I'm not going to go into the other side. So just as long as you have 8 clusters, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, you're good. So now for rows 16, or rounds 16 through 23, just chain 2, double crochet cluster in each space across, and then you're going to slip stitch to join. So that is super easy, and I will let you finish this stocking, and I'll meet you back at the end of round 23. Alright, so as you can see, I have finished this little body of the stocking. So this is what it looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to add the faux fur. So I call this section the cuff in my pattern. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out your little slip stitch that you just made, and you're going to start the slip stitch. So you're going to insert your hook into the first double crochet. Now you're going to cut your yarn, and then you're going to grab your faux fur yarn right here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to grab this yarn, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through, just like you normally would with any slip stitch. So now basically you have you have your faux fur on, and so now you're going to do 3 rows of your cuff, so faux fur yarn. So to begin, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to double crochet cluster in each stitch around. So seriously, for rounds 24 through 26, you're just going to double crochet cluster in each stitch around. It's that simple. Now, one thing with faux fur yarn, normally it's a little bit harder to work with faux fur yarn, or with this pattern, it's a lot easier to work with faux fur yarn because of the fact that you're only working into the spaces. So when you come back on your next row, you're just working into the space. You don't have to find each stitch along, which makes it so much easier, and it makes it, just quicker and easier. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys finish rounds 24 through 26, and I'll meet you back once you're done with round 26, and I'll show you what to do next. Okie dokie, so as you can see, we have finished the cuff. So we did 3 rows of faux fur. I'm going to just snip my yarn and just tie off. And so now you have completed your stocking. Now this is a totally optional part, but if you want to, so then I like to flip down my faux fur part like this. And there you have it, the cutest little mini stocking ever. Now, remember, if you want to get the larger stocking size, the standard, I would say, stocking size, this is the standard size, looks like. It's really beautiful. You can check out the link in the description box down below, and you can get the link to be able to purchase that. Yeah. Okay, so now if you want to, you can put a hanger on the stocking. Now this is totally optional, obviously, but I'm just gonna show you how to make it real quick in case you guys want to do that. So here's our little stocking. We're going to put that to the side, and we're just gonna make basically like a long strip of the, like a granny stitch cluster. So you're going to begin by chaining 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay, now to begin, you're going to double crochet in the third chain from hook. So this is the loop. You're going to skip 1, 2, and then go into the third chain. You're going to make a double crochet. Then you're going to skip 2 chains, and in the third chain from hook, you're going to make a double crochet cluster. So 3 double crochets into the third chain from hook. Now, you're going to skip 3 chains, and in the fourth chain from your hook, you're going to do a cluster. And you're just going to repeat that in each, in the fourth chain of each, in the fourth chain across. So you're just going to skip 3 chains in the fourth chain, double crochet 3. And I will meet you back once you have reached the other side and you have 3 chains left. Okay, so as you can see, this is what it should look like. Now what you're going to do is you're going to, you see you have 3 chains left. You're just going to double crochet in the third chain from your hook currently. And that is the end. So now what you're going to do is you're going to grab your scissors, give yourself a nice long tail to finish this part. Now you're going to grab your darning needle. Sorry, I bumped the camera stand. Okay, you're going to take the long strand of yarn, and what you're going to do is you're going to make like a little loop. So you're going to fold this in half, and you can see there is our little loop. You're going to just sew it on the bottom. So I'm just going to do like 2 or 3 stitches, or 2 or 3 whip stitches back and forth. And now what you're going to do is you're going to put it at the side, the outer edge of your stocking. So right here, I like to pinch it with my thumb and my finger, and then open it up, and then just place it here, and then just whip stitch it on. So going into the stitches around, and then into the hanger stitches. So go into this and then the hanger, and you're just going to continue that around the edge of your hanger. And then once you feel like it's secure enough, you can just, I like to just tie a knot with this other strand of yarn that we have here, and then you can call your stocking done. So I'm on my last stitch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, so you can see here, if I just put these loops or strands of yarn in, there we go. So you can see there is your little hanger. Now that is obviously totally optional, but I think it adds a kind of cute little Christmassy effect, and so there is your little mini stocking. Thank you so much for making this super fun crochet granny stocking with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget that you can grab the ad-free PDF for the large and the small stockings, and the link is in the description box down below. And don't forget to check out this next video, as I think you'll like it.